Hey guys, it's Derek with Blue Collar Chess. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss Nate Solans' 100 Repertoires, the Reti 1 Nf3. It's a very good book. I really enjoyed this. It did very well for me, and I only studied like half of it probably. That's all I needed. I don't typically need a ton of lines. So I beat an expert with the repertoire. I also beat a kid who is now like 1700. He was 1550 or 1560 at the time. Other than that, I think the other game I played in the tournament was this was the main state championship, and the other guy I played a Sicilian. So, anyways, who's this repertoire for? It's for anybody, right? However, I do think the depth is just about perfect for people at my rating range. My rating range is about somewhere between 17 to 1900. That's kind of where I fall. And I think this course is just absolutely perfect for that. It's in depth enough that you'll be able to see some ideas, even if you don't do like 100% memorization of those ideas. At least you'll see them once. He puts them out there, gives you a couple different structures, so it's fairly diverse. So let's take a look at the intro. Then we'll take a look at a couple of the chapters real quick. So while we're doing this, what you're going to need to do is pause and you can read, so you can kind of see what he's putting forth. All right. So yeah, whoops, sorry, I might have gone a little too fast there for you guys. There, just pause it, and there you go. So that's the first chapter. The introduction. He just kind of I'm going to recap it real quick. Kind of just talks about why he put together a course on Nf3, why he likes it because he's a data scientist and that he played poker and he likes using, likes playing the person, kind of like, Lasker used to say, that type of thing. So basically, he looked at the data from like Lee Chess and whatnot, and he saw that Nf3 was doing as well as E4 or D4, or even better in some cases, right? So then he was like, oh, well, let's take a look at that. So anyways, so then we'll go to the chapters here. I'm just going to do very quickly. I'm just going to go to each one, and I'm not going to look at the quick start. The quick start is pretty good, but it's not the best quick start that I've ever seen. But yeah, we'll take a quick look at this one right here. You can do this, and again, I'm just going to click through. So knight f3, d5, and you can pause the video. You can kind of see stuff. And I know my face is a little bit in the way there, but I don't want to minimize it anymore. Again, he's explaining all these moves. So you can see for yourself, right? He's kind of explaining stuff like c5. Black takes a chance to grab more space in the center. And it's pretty generic, but it's not, it's good enough for a basic understanding of what's happening. So basically, I don't know how to put the circles on this on chessable, but it's controlling b4, c4, d4, and e4 is what he means. So then we go for our usual plan of undermining black's center. D4, black goes for the maximalist approach, grabbing as much space as possible in the center. This is a key move trigger whenever black advances into our territory. D4, we need to respond energetically with E3, attacking the center right away. So right there, this is a key move trigger. So he's letting you know right away when you see something like this, you got to think about E3. Okay, so whenever you see that, no matter what the position is, you need to think about E3, okay? So that's really good. I think that's kind of key. Like when I was learning the Italian, I was just using like the Lee Chess database, and then my coach, he actually said he was like, well, when they play D6, that means you can no longer take the pawn. So that at that point they will trade. Or no, this is back when I was playing the D3 Roy Lopez, which is very similar to the Italian. He was like, so when they play D6, you can actually, they will actually trade your knight for their knight for your bishop. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it was a key thing that I should know, and it was a lack in my, it was a hole in my preparation. And it was that easy to shore up. And right there, this guy is already doing something like that, right? So that's key. So when you see this, you do this, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like when you see A6 in the Benoni or something, and you play A4 right away. Okay, so that's the... So yeah, so just pause through. And so here, I want to talk about this real quick. So I think the next move, or one of the next moves that they show... Okay, right here. Actually, we'll just look at this. So bishop takes a3, then b takes a3. I took this position to my coach because I didn't really fully understand why this was okay. So what he's saying, know that we aren't afraid of bishop takes a3, b takes a3, which would give us the bishop pair and an open b file to work with. So it's a basic understanding of what's happening, right? He's going to... So you got the bishop pair. I'm going to be honest with you, at my level, the bishop pair means almost nothing. So I do think it's good that he's letting you know that you have the bishop pair, that that's a good thing. However, I also think that realistically, the ability to play that way is kind of lost on the Class Bs, Class As. Kind of, maybe not 100%. But anyways, so a position like that, I don't think he's put enough emphasis on, you know, what to do in this case. But you probably are okay. Okay. I don't think it's terrible. That's such a minor nitpick for the great things that this course does, right? Okay, so we're going to go back to the chapters. I'm going to go through one more. The ones I actually looked at a little more. So D5, C5. So I actually like these chapters. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, we'll go to the very first one. Oops, don't mind that. Again, you can read this on your own. So here, he plays D4. So I got a lot of these. Like, and I had no idea I could even get into a reverse Grunfeld. I never really tried. Never really thought about it. I love playing the Grunfeld defense. So when I could get the reverse Grunfeld for white, this was perfect for me. So, yeah, and he just kind of shows you C4 because in the Grunfeld, if you get a similar position, you'd be playing C5, even being like a tempo down, you know. So, anyways, that goes on like that, and yeah, I've avoided transposing to D4 main lines whenever possible, but in this case, it's just the best option, and I really like White's possibility in this position. And I would actually say he definitely did do that. Like, this repertoire is pretty unique. People are not going to have seen it a bunch of times, and I think that's what led to... I got some crazy tactics when I was playing this repertoire. They would just come out of almost nowhere. Yeah, well, I should have put some games in this video, but anyways, so again, I think you get a basic idea of what he's trying to show you with this repertoire, right? So, you know, at the end, he goes, position is almost symmetrical, but White has more freedom of movement. In particular, the C8 bishop is having a hard time finding a good square. Black's queen may also start to feel uncomfortable on the D file once our rook lands there. Okay, so, I mean, that's a pretty good, you know, ending. Kind of give you an idea, like, you know, he's giving the arrows of where you want to put your pieces. After that, you're playing chess. I mean, and that's pretty good. So he's 12 moves in. That's not super long. And he's giving you the plans after you get to those 12 moves. So, all right. So, just to recap, guys. This has been a review of Nate Solans 100 Repertoires, Reti, Knight F3. So, why play Knight F3? Because people don't know it that well. And they kind of hate playing against it because they spent so much time learning their Grunfelds or learning how to play their Najdorf and that type of stuff. So it's frustrating right off the bat to play Knight F3 or to see Knight F3 if you have the black pieces, and it's just a really good repertoire. The move is just as good as any other move as far as first moves go, and honestly, it may even be better. To be quite frank with you, like, I actually think the flexibility of playing Knight F3 as opposed to E4 because you're going into E4, the flexibility of Knight F3 because you've still got You can go into an Imsel Larsen if you want. So I've done that too. I use this repertoire, but then just went into an Imsel Larsen. I've even gone from Nf3 into like a Kali Zuckertor or a Kali. And yeah, it's a very versatile type of move. So it'll kind of keep people guessing. All right. So anyway, so this is Derek Bullcollar Chess. I hope you enjoy this video. And yeah, talk to you guys later.